Hi, this is my Aunt Effie. If you're watching me today, it's probably because you like reading books. And I love to read books. And after I finish a book, I like to do a little book review on it. So today's book, recently finished reading Holly by Stephen King. And this book was put out in 2023, so it's not brand new because this is May 2024 at the time of this filming, but it is wonderful. I really enjoyed it. But you know, those of you who already know me, which is like 6 people, you know I already love Stephen King. It's just wonderful stuff. So I picked this because I saw it in the library. And when I got it, I didn't realize that it's part of the Stephen King series, detective series. And I love his detective series. So Holly is actually the name of one of his characters out of his detective series. Holly is absolutely delightful. We saw her first in Mr. Mercedes, and then there was Finders Keepers and End of Watch. So the main guy and the main detective in those 3 books is an older person, and he dies and leaves Holly with the business. So she inherits that from him. And this book is her very first case. So it's exciting, especially if you really like that character of Holly. She's a very insecure person. In the other books, she had quit smoking, but in this one, she starts smoking again. She has issues with her mother, don't we all? And she is a whole lot of fun. Her weaknesses make her delightful, and they speak to pieces of many of us. So there is a couple that lives on a college campus. They are professors. I believe the woman is an English lit professor. He is a biology professor. I think that's how that shakes out. And they are very old. They have both retired from teaching, but something happens, and as they're sick and in a lot of pain, they decide that eating people is making them live longer because there's just certain kinds of nutrients and things that, you can't get from a cow. So they think that making salve out of the fat of humans helps with their pain. They get their victims by tricking them. They pretend like they're an old couple, which they are. One sits in a wheelchair outside of a van. The other one is trying to push the first one into the van, but something's not working, and they need the help of a do-gooder passerby. And so once they get them up close and they're pushing the wheelchair in, whoever's been asking for help sticks them with something that knocks them out, and they wake up in a cage. It is extremely exciting all the way through, just like all of King's books are. And I was really, really happy and excited with Holly. I'm so glad that King is still using this character. Oh, let's do a reading, shall we? I'm going to read page 94. Okay. Holly finally realizes she's roasting and turns on the engine. She's sitting in the car. She rolls down the windows until the air conditioning gets some traction and looks at her list of people she wants to interview. That gives her some focus because the important thing is the case. The money is just pie in the sky. And as for the more troubling implication of David Emerson's bombshell, she remembers her mother calling in tears after Daniel Haley supposedly robbed the 3 of them and ran off to St. Croix or St. Thomas or St. whatever, she won't think about that now. Later, she won't be able to help herself, but in the here and now, there is a missing person to find. Part of her insists she is hiding from an ugly truth. The rest of her refuses that idea. She's not hiding, she's finding, at least trying. Chère la femme, Holly says. Sorry, I probably destroyed that. And takes out her phone. She thinks about calling Marvin Brown, who took Bonnie's bike to the Reynolds library. Bonnie is the missing person. Then has a better idea. Instead of Brown, she reaches out to George Rafferty, the real estate man. Holly explains that Bonnie Dahl's mother has hired her to try and find her daughter, then asks about the day she and Mr. Brown found Bonnie's bike. Oh my God, I hope she's all right, Rafferty says. Hasn't been in touch with her mom and dad? I hope she is too, Holly says, dodging this question. Who saw the bike first, you or Mr. Brown? Me. I always get to my properties early so I can take a fresh look. The shop used to be Bill's Automotive and Small Engine Repair. Looks like a teardown to me, but the lifts still work and the location, yes sir, I'm sure the location is fine. Holly thinks no such thing. Since the turnpike extension was opened on 210, traffic on Red Bank Avenue has thinned considerably. Did you read the note taped to the seat? I sure did. I've had enough. If I were the girl's parents, something like that would have scared me to death. It could mean she was leaving, or it could mean, something worse. Mr. Brown and I discussed what to do with the bike, and after we looked at the shop, we put it in his pickup and took it to the library. Because of the sticker on the package carrier. Right, that was a nice bike. I can't remember the brand, but it was nice. All different gears and such. It's a wonder nobody stole it. Kids hanging around that part of the park, that part they call the thickets. Yes, sir, I'm aware. And that ice cream place down the way? Kids there too, all the time. They play the video games inside and ride their skateboards outside. Have you been a private eye for long? It's a term that always makes Holly want to grind her teeth. She's a lot more than a private eye. Quite a while, yes sir. Just to confirm, you saw the bike first. You saw the bike first. Right. And how long before Mr. Brown showed up? 15 minutes, maybe a little longer. I make it a point to get to my properties early so I can check for vandalism plus any damages that aren't on the sell sheet. Did I tell you that? Yes, sir, you did. So, do you think you'll find her? Any leads? Are you hot on the trail? Holly tells him it's too early to be sure of anything. Rafferty begins telling her that if she ever has real estate needs herself, this is the prime time to buy. And he has a wide selection, both business and residential. Before he can get too far into his spiel, she tells him she has another call coming in and has to take it. Actually, she has to make one to the library at Bell College. Well, I'm going to go ahead and stop there. I was going to do one more reading, but the video is starting to get a little bit long, so I think I'll go ahead and quit. So, I definitely recommend Stephen King's book, Holly. If you're a Stephen King fan, or if you're a fan of detective books, it's just great. So, I found the book to be quite life-affirming, and I would definitely give it a chance if you're not familiar with the genre. So, this is my Aunt Effie, and I just want to say you have a good day, my fellow readers. Let me know if you have read the book, Holly, or if you've thought about reading it. I love to chat with anybody about the books that I've read, or tell me what you've read recently. I love to talk about that. So have a wonderful day, and this is my Aunt Effie saying